every other level. Hey, yeah, nice. Yeah. Oh, oops. It's just one of those things where it's like you just want to keep going and keep going, and hey, what's that over there? And what's that over there? Ah, oh, yes, 100%. I'll go ahead. All right. Um, there are zero quests. You just do things. Yeah. Yes. Oh. Oops. So, assuming Tony is probably not showing up because I think maybe he meant this weekend was the weekend he was in Faribault and not last weekend. Um, should we just get going? Did he? Did he though? Because I see like Thomas and I giving the flag. And the last time he saw chat was after I said reminder. That was before. That was the weekend before, wasn't it? Oh, weird. Wow. What if he's? Never mind. I don't want to say that. Yeah. What if he's ignoring me?
Please leave your.
Yes, that's what I was exactly gonna say. Let's. Yeah, exactly. I got the Passfound Twitch attached to my account on PS5 now, so yeah, I could just do that for you, Peter. No. Um, but let's get into it if you guys are ready. I got Tony's gift either way. So if you guys no, we'll get into that in just a moment. Just yeah, yeah. I mean, we'll get to buying shit in a little bit, but yeah, we can. I would say it's obviously by all means shop whenever you want to and just be ready to buy stuff. But when you want to buy stuff, let me know because each town is obviously going to have possibly not kind of a thing. We can't just be in the middle of a desert and you be like, oh, I want to buy a demon mask. It's not happening because it can't happen. So yes and no. Just make sure you know what you want. Let me know when you want to buy it, and I'll let you know if it's available. So we're, we'll get to that in just a moment. Um, milk and gloves. All right. So if you guys remember from last session, you guys are or were in the town of Willoway to save it from a cult of people who were kidnapping the citizens of the town, taking them to a church about 3 miles west, and well, doing stuff to them. Most likely necromantic magic, which is what you found out, of course, at the end. The three of you, well, two of you, plus Tony, um, or sorry, Dan, uh, stumbled upon a good friendly elf named Steve, and turns out he's also a hunter from the Hunters Guild. So you're like, ah, fucking come along with us and help us take care of this shit. And you guys got to the basement, the catacombs of the church where you killed Zindia, and came up and found Halfreed watching from a distance. At which point he explained that he himself was a member of this cult 30 years back, but um, he had seen the error of his ways and attempted to destabilize the cult itself from within. Um, except for Merrick, who was a complete ass. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, but essentially that's exactly what happened. Is that you guys had a little debate as to what you wanted to do with Halfreed, and Halfreed was like, "No, just come on back. Let me give you your rewards plus a little extra trinkets, and we'll send you back on your way back to the Hunters Guild." And that's what you did. So today, you guys are back in the town hall. Merrick has resolutely decided he is going to stay outside because fuck that guy. Um, and but the two of you, Dan, we'll just plop him out of the universe for the time being. The two of you, Steve and Worf, are upstairs in his private chambers where he is fishing stuff out of his desk and grabs a couple of notes. Uh, Goes to grab a quill and some ink and signs the bottom of it. Turns to you, Worf, and says, "Here, send that back with you and give it to the guild maiden there, and I'm sure she will make sure you get your payment. Otherwise, here, come over to this chest real quick. Let me fish out some items for you." Goes over to a big chest in the corner of the room, lifts it up, nice, and pulls out a few items. The first thing he does is he grabs a set of +1 striking hand wraps, at which point he turns to you, Steve, and I hope these can do you very well. You're welcome. And for you, uh, Worf, I feel this long spear ought to do you well. And he actually, instead of reaching into the chest to grab it, he just takes it off of the mantelpiece. He says, "This is one of our finest in our family, but being that you were able to bury my past, I'd like you to have it." He hands you a long spear with +1 striking. Well, actually, that is what you get, Worf. I hope you use that well. But for your feathery friend downstairs, I feel most aggrieved. I feel most terrible for him because he does not quite understand of what I was trying to do here. And well, let's see. Let me see if I can find him something really nice. And he digs and digs and digs. And let's see, Ryan. What? Don't worry. Um, well, the well, yeah. Um, So he's digging and digging and digging, and from the bottom stretches, he just pulls something out. It's big and feathery, and he wraps it up in a little ball, and he turns to you, Worf, and he says, "Here, can you kindly give this to the Tengu?" That's your caravan. It's Marak. Steve, while you're still in the room, he's gonna give you a half read is gonna give you a little sly wink and say, just in case that does offend the Tengu here, make sure he gets that as this as well. And he hands you a composite short bow. All right, Steve, you look a little upset about that. Okay, hold on. Oh, um, but he hands you. It's something like you have to like click on runes and yeah, listen to Ryan. What? Plus one striking. Um, and then Halfreed also walks over to the fireplace again, and he picks up a little jar on the top on the mantelpiece as well. And he turns to you, Steve, since you're the only one in the room, and he goes, "Thanks again for everything you've done. And thank and apologize to the Tengu for me. I know how he must feel." Now, the chancellors of Altanova have sent me a request to have you bring this back and deliver it to the guildmaster. He hands you the jar. Say, well, it's more of a glass vial. Thank you, and best of luck to you and your friends. You can leave now. Hey, you too. Get to meet you this. He's gonna slowly close. He's gonna like, yeah, okay, all right. I don't care much for these northerner goodbyes, but yeah, have a good one. Click. He shuts the door to his private chambers. So yeah, you got a stairway. No, you didn't murder his son. No, you murdered his son's friend. It was a bad guy. Yeah. It's like us murdering Cody. It's like, would any of us really care that much? I already did. um, oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Hey Peter, guess who also has Elden Ring? Anyways, okay. Moving forward. So Steve, yeah, you just down the stairs and you can head out the town hall if you would like, or don't. I mean, do whatever you want. Yeah, but Worf, you sprint out of the town hall, bursting the doors open, and Maroc is just standing to the side. I don't know, doing whatever Maroc would like to be doing. Okay. Maroc, you are now the proud owner of a beautiful. What color did you want it, Thomas? I'm sorry. And Peter, I'm assuming you're black feathered. Okay. You are now the proud owner of a beautiful black feather boa. A feather boa. Google it. A feather boa. It is definitely not a Pathfinder thing. Yes. You see a, a dwarf and a tengu showing each other their genitalia. Thank you. Ryan hands you a +1 striking composite shortbow. But he doesn't get the fucking diving suit. That you're afraid of water. I don't think I don't think I don't think Ryan knew that. Or did Oh yeah. Oh. Uh-huh. Like the tiniest bit of his claws are in it. That's to hit, and then the striking is double your or an additional dice. All right. Well, you guys have your gifts. The town is saved, and actually, it looks beautiful out. It's a bright mid-morning start to your day. You have two options. You could sleep the through the day and night, so you're not too fatigued, or you could trade positions on the war can. Whatever you would like to do. It's like probably 10, 11 a.m. No. Wait, no. Did you guys barricade the? Oh, you did. Oh, okay. Then yeah. No, never mind. You guys are fine. You guys are well rested. I'm sorry. I do remember something about barricading a room before you started it on fire. That's right. All right. Anything else you guys wanted to do in Middle Way before we move on? I don't know. What are you? HP. Well, yeah, we'll get into that when we need to. For the time being, though, just assume you're healthy and fit enough to at least make the travel. So you guys head out of. You guys find War Can still tied to a post on the, or still tied to a tree on the outskirts of Willoway. The War Can is just a what? Okay. The War Can is just a simple caravan wagon. But specifically, what stands out to you, Steve, is the designs that have been beautifully painted on both sides of the wagon, which is uh, the beautiful War Can, which is okay. Yeah, please drop it for Ryan so he can see. I'm sure you've seen it many times before, but either way, yeah. But that is what's painted on both sides. Beautiful War Can logo that has already been crashed once immediately after it was painted. Yeah. No, you guys, didn't you get it painted first and then Tony crashed it? Yes, definitely. Take a guess, buddy. So yeah, Tony is the one on the right. So, all right. So who was driving the Warcan? Nature. Jesus, nature. Okay. All right. You guys call it out. 19. Yes, I do need to hear it. So, you guys get off on a bumpy, but for the most part, comfortable ride through the forest. Peter is able to luckily find the trail of which he needs to take in order to at least start heading out of the city itself and away back into the deep darkness that is Bramblewood Forest. Along the way, Peter, the road itself starts to kind of get just lost because of the overgrowth of nature and the lack of proper merchant trading routes that have been running through Willoway for quite some time now. So I will need so so I will need a survival check to make sure you don't lose your way. 23. Okay, so perfect. So Peter gets you guys going through Bramblewood Forest and eventually makes your guys' way out to the Novar Plains. Um, at this point, Peter, it's pretty crystal clear where you need to head to. Altanova stands beautifully on top of a mountain, or I should say a hill of the Novar Plains. So it's pretty easy. You just keep your wagon pointed in that direction, and you can eventually make it onto the high road that should lead directly to Altanova. For the most part, the day passes pretty uneventful for you guys. You know, a lot of Not a whole lot of people walking about, but definitely plenty of wildebeest, sheeps, and lambs running around. And for the most part, nothing eventful happens. Did anybody want to do anything while they were waiting on this ride? Then by all means, Ryan, if you would like to see how that goes. No, you can't diplomacy against your new friends. You would just have to actually make an impression. You can if you could read decide if you could read Draconic, no, you don't need a decipher. Well, no, you don't need a decipher writing. You're fine. No, I want Ryan to read us a chapter in a book. Please, if you would do so, Ryan. What does the book say? When he let go of the reins real quick to do that, though, you guys felt a pretty seismic or a pretty sizable bump in the road as the horses just veered off in their own direction. But the Tengu was able to grab it quickly enough. Oh, I gotta. Right. I love it. Okay, so he leaves. So, uh, so the day passes to evening, and you guys finally do make it to Altanova, where you pull up to the Hunters Guild, and I forgot her name already, but the gnome kind of reins the wagon in for you, Peter, as you pull in and come to a nice clean stop. You guys hop out, and Hunters Guild is awaiting for you. Okay. So Steve and Marak, you guys head into the Hunters Guild. I'm assuming Worf, you're doing the same. Okay, perfect. So you guys head on in, and sure enough, the ladies are at their desks, just filing away their paperwork. Um, Ryan, you don't know. I mean, you know your character would know this, but you personally don't know this. In order to receive payment for your work, you have to turn in the signed note uh, to the what? Oh yeah, that's right. You Twitch streamed. And I probably told you too. Yeah, so Brienne is just shuffling through paperwork, just stamping away. And you guys approach her, and she goes, "Yes, the Blackstone powder. Got it. All right. Anything else? Oh, you gave her. Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood you. Okay, so backtrack. Okay. Yeah, we'll just say you handed her the vial first, and she puts that away. And she takes the note and unfurls it. All right, everything looks good. And there's the stamp from Halfree. Got it. All right, so here's your payment. Ryan, you received 120 gold pieces. Um, she turns to you two, and then Dan, but he's not here. And she slaps down 120 and 120, and it looks like Halfree promised an additional 30 to each of you. So here, here, and here. That'll be all. Thank you. Yes, 150 total. Oh no, it's Brienne, the same elf maiden. I'm sorry. Oh, I said yeah, that's all she said. She goes, "I'm sorry," as in restate in a different manner for her because she's a kind of a cunt. Kind of actually is what is the impression you could probably glean from her right now. But do you have a slip for do you have a slip for the cost of the cart? Who authorized this? That's the merchant, Kire. Kuno. Yep, Kuno. I see. She kind of turns to like the general audience of the whole room and Kuno, get your ass over here. About 20 seconds later, you guys know exactly what Kuno looks like, but for Ryan's sake, it's just a tiny, pretty frail looking human male. Okay. Yeah, what's up? You authorized for a cart for payment? Uh, uh, yeah, yeah. How much was it again, guys? How much was it again? Roll deception. uh, uh, nope, nope. Don't worry about that. You're good. He goes, oh, oh God. He's visibly frightened and he's like shrinks even smaller than he already is in stature. He kind of waddles over the desk and he leans forward and he's whispering it to Brienne's ear. And you did what? Oh, well, no, no, no. She points at you, Worf. Slip now. I will get I will get Kron here in 30 seconds or less. Just all right. Perfect. So you found a scrap of something, and you just quickly. All right. You walk it back in, and you slap this scrap piece of uh, Thomas, can you go ahead and give me a? Well, I guess it would still be a deception check. kind of lowers her glasses a little bit. And this is why we have systems in place for situations like this. And she looks at Kudo. She's like, I hope you find a different job tomorrow. She turns around. Yeah, she said that to Kuno. It's just like, I hope you find a new job tomorrow. And she turns around, starts shuffling and shuffling and shuffling, and you just hear coins clatter as she's putting stuff into a bag and ties it up. And now get out of my sight. Oh, both of you, really, just all of you in general. She slaps the bag of gold on the counter. Just get out of my sight. Okay, he walks back to the bar, just kind of all like hunched shoulders, and just, oh man, what the fuck am I gonna do, guys? I mean, this, it's per job, and each job is usually 100 here, 50 there, oh, and no gold, but yeah. He makes about the same as you guys, which is about 100. I mean, each mission takes you what, like 3 or 4 days. So he's a hunter. Thank you. Each or well. I mean, he was only an ass to you guys because you steered the wrong way the first time. the So the job was paid out 150 gold. So it is late evening. You guys have the choice to, spend your money at the bar, go do some gambling real quick. Oh, uh, yeah, that too. But either way, so yeah, what would you guys like to do? The rest of the evening is yours. But popping in some Dark Side of the Moon, man. Why don't you consort? Why don't you check your notes and see who would be the best man to talk to? Incorrect. Wrong. Wrong merchant. That was the merchant you guys helped. He's Gregorio. Yes. What'd you say? Gregorio. What'd you say? Um, Ryan. Um, less than zero. Like they no. No, you cannot negotiate that low. I'm sorry. There are things. Not necessarily, because you would lose your dex cap unless what's your dexterity for your rogue? So yeah, nothing really because your dex is already so high that any better armor would have a dex cap, which would basically lower it. Well, that's what I was gonna say. It was so specifically buying an armor would have nothing, but yes, you could get runes for your armor. You could get magic armor or magical armor. No, you don't need. Okay, you would need to see a certain merchant if you would like to do that. Oh, you're walking outside. Well, you've got your friends. um, so yeah, you kind of step out into the night, and it looks like everybody's pretty much closing shop. Luckily, where the Hunters Guild is placed is pretty much on Market Street. Um, so go ahead and give me just a quick society check. Yeah, but you're about to ask someone when you see, just a simple man sitting on a bench outside, just hammering away at a sword. You walk up to him. What can I do for you? I've got runes. What do you need? I got runes. What do you need them on? Mm. They're fine leathers. What do you need to put done to them? Mm. Well, how much gold you looking to spend? Ain't gonna happen, buddy. Sorry. The cheapest the cheapest rune I got here is 160 gold pieces. Yeah, 1 second. He hops out and he rolls onto the back and he goes, right here. This thing I pound into your leather, it'll make it tougher. Yep. Roll diplomacy. Yeah. Listen, bud. I know the closest town that has armor potency runes is over 150 miles away. And they too sell it for 160 gold pieces. If you want it, you can have it. If you don't want my pricing, by all means, I got enough business to get going on with. Alrighty. Sounds fair. Now, let's see your. What are these stains? Ugh. Alright, whatever. I mean, your leather. It's down in the trousers. I can't tell. I mean, I know leather's supposed to be tough in some places, but this is really, really tough in this spot. Right at your crotch. Yeah, well, you might want to see a tailor about that. Either way, here it goes. It's, he pounds the 160 gold pieces. He pounds the rune in, bundles up your leathers for you. There you go. Now, have a good night. I'm closing up shop. Peter, you had so yeah, you got a +1 to your armor potency. Peter, you head down the set of stairs below on the right hand side below to a door, and all it just says Gregorio Merchant, and it's like terribly slapped on the door. Does he open the? Hey, you heard a knocking first? All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. No, no, no. Don't. I don't even like. I don't like it when y'all knock. Just come in. What do you? What do you want at this late hour? Come on. All right, all right. Let me hold on. Let me. Well. I'm sure you mean well and all, but let me just consort the journal here, okay? All right. What are you selling me? Yep. Okay. Okay. All right. Yep. Okay. 13 and a half gold. Yeah. Well, hold on. Here's 13 gold pieces, and I'll keep the 5 silver for dealing with you. Anything else you need tonight? Okay, Peter, whatever those items are worth, you are able to purchase for half the price. Well, I mean, yes, anything. So wait, hold on. Let me just make sure that he could carry those. Repeat those items one more time. Yep. Nope. He's got that. A dagger. I don't need to hear the cost, Peter. I just need to hear the item. And a repair kit. Okay, simple items. Yep. Nope. He's got all of them. He kind of shuffles back into some of the barrels. Here's your light base. What else? A ring of huh? What, what do I look like here? Keep it simple. I don't carry rings here now. I gotta go. Do I look like an apothecary? No, I got lesser and minor healing potions here. That's about it. You want your extra special fancy friggin' fucking foreign ass fucking bullshit ass shit? Go find yourself an apothecary and a jeweler, alright? If you want simple items, no. You didn't upset me. You're just assuming, and I don't like assuming. Alright? Alright, well, what time is it? Yeah. God, it's getting late. You're going to want to wait till morning. I'll tell you that right now. The apothecary is just going to be right outside the building, about two buildings down. And the jeweler is going to have her own little stand just down a little bit further from that on the opposite side of the street. All right? Go see them, and you can get your fucking fire breathing ass shit, and you'll be just fine. All right. Now make sure you shut the door tight on the way out. All right? And knock next time. All right, so you guys got your items. Steve, did you want to buy anything or do anything before the night is over? All right. What store? I mean, yeah, the bookstore. Okay. Go ahead and roll me a society. So you head out into the streets and you're like, all right, bookstore. Where would they sell books? At a book, at a bookstore. I don't see books anywhere. This town must not even sell books here. Yeah, whatever. Okay, whatever. I can't find it. And you walk back in. But it is now nighttime, and most of the shops have closed up, but the bar's still doing its thing. You got about probably 20 or so hunters just kind of laughing and singing and dancing around and gambling and throwing, well, obviously throwing dice by gambling, and just having a good old time. It's a little rowdy, but for the most part, it's about your typical evening at a hunter's guild. Bookstores? Yeah, there's a few bookstores. Um, well, I wouldn't even say they're bookstores, more or less just the library. You could just get a card, they they stamp it, and you just get books for free sometimes. Uh, Otherwise, if you wanted to buy some books, you would need to probably go to the university, but that's locked up in the high ward. You're not a high enough hunter to be granted access to the high upper ward. I mean, you could probably swindle the library into letting you keep the book, or just never return it and amass a large amount of late fees and not be able to check out a book again. But hey, I won't tell. Well, I'll be. You're a nice elf. You're welcome. Here you go. Here's one on me, just for the compliment. He hands you a beer. Okay, you consumed the beer. I was just waiting on anybody else to like hop in and say, I mean, oh, you're right. Oh, you're right, Peter. I'm so sorry. Oh, there's definitely a couple of bards playing. No, what? Sorry. Just trying to find music, all right? Uh, all right, what are you singing, Ryan? You got a what? A five for performance? I can't find a bad cover of it. Fuck. I was really hoping I could find a bad cover it. All right, whatever. We're just gonna put on some cheerful bard music. All right, we'll just pretend that that happened and you guys heard a terrible rendition. This isn't a bad cover of it, but hey, royalty-free music, guys. I know. Oh, There we go. Okay. Anyways. Yeah. Okay. Give me a performance or well acrobatic check then. So you're trying to dance. You're trying to dance with Marok. Oh, okay, okay. I mean, Marok, you just watch this dwarf that would typically you would have had no idea could move his body in the way he is doing it, but it's so fluid, it's almost sensual in a way. Uh, he just knows how to belly dance like a professional. It's almost attractive in a sense. Doing something sneaky. Yeah. Yes. This first first what what kind of dance are you doing? Yeah. uh, uh so Worf, you see your bird friend here attempting to try to dance. First off, he is not rhythmically in tune with the music at all. But for the most part, he seems to be okay. But yeah, so that's what you saw. Yeah, I said what I said. So, alrighty. Anything else you guys were doing, or should we get this show on the road? All right. So the night ends, and you guys make your way to your rooms, sleeping how you would normally sleep. Um, uh, the sun shines brightly in the room, letting guys know it is a decent hour of the morning at which to awake and start your day. Okay. Okay. Thomas, Ryan, anything special you wanted to do before heading? Okay. All right. You guys head downstairs, and sure enough, yeah, all the old drunkards and laughy people that you saw the night before are now down there, just groggy and just mean faced looking in general. But they're eating away at their food, and you guys get your porridge slapped on the tables as well, and chip away at that. Um, but yeah, what else did you guys want to do? You'll never know now. You did. Oh, I don't know. Like an event happened that bear no importance on Ryan's character at all, supposedly. So yeah, a thing did happen. You gave Brienne the vial. That was just, I mean, sure, if you had questioned it, but you accepted it willingly, thought nothing of it, and handed it to the lady. And what was done is done. I mean, what is set in course will still stay on course. You're fine. All right, Peter, what are you doing? Two buildings down, Peter. Two buildings down. You said two streets down. Oh, I'll check the VOD later. Don't worry. Um. Anyway, so you head to two buildings down, and you walk into this apothecary, and it's just foul smelling, just all different kinds of just rat livers and fucking spleens, just all about, and different floral and fauna, all and just all mixed in kind. So, but there's a witch just hanging about, doing her thing. Dragon breath. Hmm. Let me see. Kind of shuffles through her cupboards and yes, one dragon breath. Anything else you need? Okay. I have whatever you would need. What are you looking for in particular? Are you looking for a young dragon's breath potion? Okay. Did you want that? I've got black slash copper. I've got blue slash bronze. I've got brass, green, gold slash red, or silver slash white. A silver slash white. You got it. Here you go. 70 gold pieces. Take care. Okay. And right across the street, you can obviously see a beautiful young fellow just working his stand. Yes. Oh, surely couldn't intrigue you in the greater variety. Only 2,700 gold pieces. Come on, a little Tengu like you couldn't afford a little piece of greater ring of ram. A little Tengu like you. Hmm. Fine. A normal ring of ram, 220 gold pieces. Oh, I thank you. Have a good day. Yeah, we heard it. It was beautiful. And he hands you a ring of ram. Alrighty. So you're well equipped, ready for the next adventure. Nope. Chooses the secretary. Or the accounts and billing. Guildmaster Kron. Yes. Yeah. Actually, you were supposed to give it to me. It's already been filed and sorted to the councilmen. Thank you. No problem. So once again, Kron, already bright and early and having a good time, just shuffling through his papers on the board and going through stuff. No. Ah, Steve! Steve, you made it back! Oh, oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, when we haven't heard back from you in a week or so, I put the put the note back on the board and I had to send these guys out. I was hoping nothing happened to you, but I hadn't received any word and well, I'm glad to see you're safe. Also, who's the ringleader here? I'd like to chat with him real quick. Is it you? It looks at you, Worf. Well, was it you that bought the cart? Deception check. A little deception, please. Oh, okay, no worries. Nice. Well, just the next time you see Dan, tell him I'd like to have a chat about it. All right. We'll carry on for the time being. Right. Well, good job on dealing with that Colton Willoway. Brian told me that you guys were also able to dispatch the entire cult as well, so I'm glad to hear that. Um, so, looks like you guys are ready to get on to your next mission, eh? Yeah, mission. Mission, eh? Alright. Well, I've been saving this one for you guys. I didn't know Steve was going to be here, but with the four of you, it should be even easier. It's kind of what I would need right about now, because your next mission is to head to Hyde Summit. Society check from all three of you. 11. 19. Okay. Steve, you don't. Well, Hyde Summit, whatever. The two of you, though, you guys know Hyde Summit as the most northern country in the most, or Hyde is the most northern country of the continent. Oops, I meant to move you guys to the map. And so where you're headed next is into the snowy mountains of Hyde. I know. That's what I was. That's why I started laughing and clapping, but I was trying to keep it to myself. Oh, snow! You don't need snow. I know. I mean, you're totally in the right. You're totally in the right. But I just love that, like, me knowing what the next thing was supposed to happen, and then you're just like, oh, fuck snow. We'll never see it. But anyways, uh, your next mission is to head to Hyde Summit. There are reports of a giant beast killing travelers and causing small avalanches. As the message from the chief Masayoshi says, rolls out the piece of paper. We have suffered enough good blood on the sacred Mount Hyde. Many branches of our family trees have been far too pruned, and we cannot suffer any more losses. Yada yada yada. We put aside our shame and ask outsiders for help. That's you three. Unconfirmed sightings of the mythical Kang Admi have resonated in our village and struck a fear in our family's hearts. Okay, all right. This guy goes on a little bit. We ask you this one. What? Kong? Can't. Fuck, I don't know. This is. Kang Admi have resonated our village and struck fear in our family's hearts. We ask you this one time, send the creature back to its home, or so it as may no longer be a threat. Now, I don't know about this, sending it home or whatever, but maybe just take it down, and the chief ought to be happy, alright? As far as what a king admi is, well, your best bet is to head to Hyde Summit and find out. I'd recommend grabbing some winter clothing if you don't already have it, as it gets to about freezing death in minutes unprotected. Good luck! Any questions? Guildmaster Kron? Chief Masayoshi. The tailor, of course. Or or you could just go see what? Cold? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a status effect. Yeah, it'll hurt you. Um, you can go and see a tailor for that, or just I think Gregorio might sell some, but you'd have to check with him. Anything else? Alrighty. So you guys head on outside, and you look up and down the street. And it takes you a little while, but give me a society check real fast. Anybody? Yeah. You see someone spinning. You guys see someone spinning wool outside. You could just imagine that that must be where a tailor would work. So you head on into the store, and sure enough, just clothes upon clothes of different variety, from noble to explorer to, sure enough, some winter clothes. Would you like it sized to fit, or did you just want to purchase it right out and hope it does? Alrighty, well, if you would like to stand over there, I'll get the measuring tape out. And leads you over to a. He takes out his measuring tape and he gets a little painful with his pins and everything as he's puts a cloak over your whole body and starts stitching everything up and measuring things out. And yes, yes. Alrighty. And hmm, looking pretty good. Alrighty. Well, nice winter clothing. Size to fit for you. And you, little elf, would you like? Alrighty. Did you want that size to fit as well? Okay. And you over there, dwarf, did you want some winter clothing as well? It looks like your party's about to head out into some uncomfortable conditions. Very well. Well, good day to you all. That will be for you. Are paying together or separately? Okay. Two for the winter clothings on the shelf, and four for the fitted winter clothing. Isn't that the right price? Gold pieces, yes. Oh, I read the wrong thing. You're right. You're right. Yes, four silver. Yeah, no, no, no. My eyes missed a line. Yes, it's four silver pieces for Ryan, 8 silver pieces for Peters. Have a good day. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, thank you. Have a good day. So the war can is prepped and ready, sitting right outside the Hunters Guild. Looks like the Dome Sheila has it all set and ready for you. I think that was her name. I'm gonna roll with it for now. Well, that was Dan Dan. Can I get a nature check from you then, right? To Worf. Oh, so Steve, are you climbing in the back then? All right, you climb in the back. Peter, you take your usual spot on the perch on the top of the wagon, and with just the and with the cleanest yap and snap of the I don't know, the leashes, whatever you fucking call them. Sure, the reins. Well, you do it in like a perfect like slap, like in perfect, almost completely synchronized slapping of both butts, and they take off in a very smooth fashion. And sure enough, you run out the front gates of Altanova on the east side, and you get crossed in the Novar Plains again. And Thomas, can I get a survival check? Let's make sure you know where you're going. Oof. All right. So you get going, and just to give everybody an idea of how badly this is going. Um, Peter, what's this? Just what's your survival modifier? Are you trained in it? Okay, so you're trained in it. So you would know just innately that the way to hide Summit, your best bet would be to head to the town in the Novar Tundra known by the name of Duvenkroon. You may or may not know that name, but let's say that you would want to head here and then straight north there. That's your fastest way, safest travel, right? And so you're supposed to go from, from here to about here. But Thomas has got you guys going down here. And Peter, can I get a survival check from you? 18. So it takes you about, I'd say, roughly half an hour of you guys taking the road, and Thomas Worf, eventually starts taking a couple of turns just too much to the right for you. And you notice that, yeah, he's definitely heading you guys to the wrong town entirely. Head northwest instead. Okay. So yeah, a couple of miles later, you're able to finally start steering her in the right direction, and um, anybody trained in survival would inherently know. Um, it takes about a day to get to the halfway point from Altnova to Hyde Summit, the town known as Duvenkroon. If you would like to roll a quick society, if you wanted to know more about the town, otherwise, okay, 22. So, Duvenkroon is just your typical mountainous region. Not a whole lot of farming occurs in this little town. It's for the most part just they basically collect. Uh, they do a little bit of milling of barley and oats, but for the most part, it's just your like tiny little mountain region town. They've kind of become more populous because they were the halfway point for the most part between Hyde Summit and Novar in general. Being that when issues in the past have presented themselves, they wanted to stay in the mountains, but not no longer near enough to Hyde. So for the most part, the settlers are still Hyde settlers, but on Novar country. But you know it as the town of Duvenkroon, and you know you're probably not as welcomed as you should be. whose hide doesn't welcome outsiders, and these are mostly hide um, civilians that are taking up settlement in a Novar town. And sure enough, you cross the Novar tundra and make yourselves, or make your way towards Divankroon. And sure enough, you guys get outside and you pass through the different wheat and oat and barley fields, and you start making your way closer to the settlement. No, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Yes, there's a roof and everything. It seats six basically. So, you get to just one like just random stranger who's just kind of walking by, and you step up to him. And how do you present yourself again? I'm sorry. Bookstore? Nah, wrong town, bud. Yeah, kind of walks away. Yeah, I mean, it was close enough, and you guys were both outside the caravan. Evening. Sun is starting to set past the mountains. Oh no, definitely not. Unless one of you decided to stay awake, and yeah, it would take you well into the night before you actually made it all the way down there. I mean, your best bet, intelligence wise, your best bet would just be either get into a tavern and just not say anything to anyone, um, or camp in your caravan. Wharf. Okay. So night passes by, nothing happens if you would like to. So you guys, camp pretty off. You're on the road, but you're off of it. If there were a shoulder for dirt roads, that's where you'd be. Um, so you're not blocking the passageway, but you're just outside of town, outside of the more clustered part of town. And first night goes by, or first shift goes by, and nothing really happening. For the most part, you don't see anybody kind of you see people walking about. It's the night crowd for the most part, drunkards leaving the tavern trying to find their way home, but nothing too rowdy, nothing too crazy. And you head back into the caravan. That that's you? No, that was Peter's first shift. Ryan, or sorry, Steve, you hop out, you bid, yeah, by all means, you can do whatever you want. You bid Maroc good night. You're sneaking, or are you just walking? Okay, so you kind of an 11 to find the tavern. Oh, how? No. Well, we'll get to that in a second. Technically, yes, unless you either society or perception. But as far as so, Maroc, what's your perception? Uh, okay, thank you for the perception DC. But Thomas, what's your perception? Let's say. So I think he's got 11. Okay. So and minus four is okay. So Maroc, you head into the caravan and you start to get a little cozy in, and Steve is kind of waiting by the caravan and he tries to sneak away, but I don't know why he decided to accidentally step on the horse's hooves as he was trying to make his way out, but the horses just and you definitely hear Ryan then at that point just try to run and take off. Be like, oh fuck, as he moves away from the caravan, but it actually wakes you up as well, Worf, and you guys both hear Steve as he trots away. Yeah, he's gone. He's moving. Peter's the one that's moving, or Tony. Ryan's the one that's running away. Jesus Christ! Alrighty. I'm assuming you would prefer to be undetected. All right, go ahead and roll stealth. Steve, why don't you either perception or society to find the tavern? All right. 21 to find it. Yeah, so you see the Red Fox Tavern and you start heading towards it. Um, uh, but while you're starting to make your way over to it, you do also hear both of your horses from the caravan just a ways away both make loud as Worf is like, I'm a coming to get you, Steve, and slabs as if he's just tired from only being able to sleep 4 hours before something adventurous is happening. And he's, yes, and he's stumbling towards you. So you guys make it to the Red Fox Tavern, and luckily it's not exactly. You guys, so as you guys make your way towards the Red Fox, sure enough, some drunken people are kind of walking out, and you guys walk on in, and sure enough, the music's still a bustling, beers are still slinging around, and sure enough, the bard's just playing some weird instrumentation that you've never heard before, but it almost puts you in kind of a trance, like your body just has to move. Ryan, you walk up to the bartender and he's like in the middle of serving a couple other people drinks and he goes, "Who are you?" Steve, huh? Haven't seen you around here before. Roll perception. What? Hide something. Yeah, yeah, you got the name right. Okay. So he grabs a couple of mugs and he pours in some drinks. And he hands them to you. There'll be 2 gold pieces. He will look at them and, all right. So you got 2 beers. You walk onto the floor. I guess it's not really a dance floor, but people are dancing on said floor in the midst of chairs and tables as the bard stood jamming. Okay. Well, all right, Thomas. Why don't you give me a performance check as well? Love it. Perfect. So you two are just thrusting in all the wrong ways. You keep bumping into each other, bumping into patrons, and you are just causing a rowdy mess in this tavern to the point that you hear a loud bang, and the music kind of just goes quiet a little bit. The bartender says, "Hey, you two, I don't know, give me an offensive word. Hey, hey, you two losers. You two ding dongs. There we go. That's the one I'm looking for. We don't take kindly to your thrusting of your hips like that. Now either pipe down, shut up, and drink that beer, or get the fuck out of my bar. Oh yeah, there were a couple, but everybody stopped once they heard the loud bang. The music stopped for the moment. Yes, everybody kind of like kind of startled when the bang happened. So, Ryan, you chug that beer, and it is just the foulest ale you have ever consumed before in your life. It is just disgusting to the point that I need a fortitude check from you, please. 13. Yeah, you guzzle that beer down, and once the last drop hits the pit of your stomach, you just it's so nauseating that you wish that you want to throw up, but everything's still just trying to figure out what the fuck to do with itself. You are now currently sickened 1. Wait, what are you doing, Thomas? Oh, uh, you really want another one? All right, be 2 more gold pieces from you, or one more gold piece from you. Bottoms up, cherry boy. Um, give me give me a diplomacy roll, please, and a performance check, and then. Oh wait, no. Yeah, nice. The performance is. So you shout all this at him. Mind you, the music hasn't even restarted yet. And you shout all of this at him, and he's kind of like amused, you know. It's just okay, let's see what this fucker has to say about it. All right, I won't try to put him down about it. But then your hip thrusts quite literally crash into one of the maidens who is trying to deliver beer to a nearby table, sending beer flying and smashing into everything and everyone, and chairs scrape. And tables get upturned as people start getting pissed that this fucking outsider would dare disturb the delivery of their fucking precious ale. How dare you? And the first one takes a swing at you and just misses because he's overly consumed of alcohol. I need an initiative from you, please. All right, Ryan, I'm gonna need initiative from you just because you're technically part of this, but a bar fight is going down. That's fine. I still need an initiative check from you. We'll get to that in a moment, but I still need an initiative check from you. 16. Okay. So, and they get a. Oh, you got a natural 20 anyway. So, Thomas, you're first. So, everybody's starting to throw hands at each other, and obviously, several of them are coming for you. You've got about four people between you and the door. Think of it as just chaos. Everything's a difficult terrain at this point. So, what are you? What I guess. Okay. Yeah, there's a table next to you. You could do that for. So I would need a first a grapple check, so a an athletics 13, and he is inebriated with a -4. So yeah, you're able to pin his arm down. You take your other hand, and you go for a swing. Go ahead and roll a to attack, unarmed. No, you need to like roll to hit still. Yeah, the grapple the sorry. Yeah, but yeah, you got it. So go ahead and roll a d6 for damage. Or is it D4? Is it D4? It's a D4, yeah. D4. Roll a D4. You smack him real hard in the face. You got one action left. You would be a good 15 feet. Performance check. Luckily, in all of the chaos that's ensuing around the bar, you're able to hit thrust perfectly through, dodging everything from throwing chairs to throwing bottles to punches, not connecting anyone in particular. And you get right up to that bar, just hips a thrusting. Uh, yeah, you're fine. You put your hand out for your free beer. Ryan, first off, let's start up the top of the round or top of your turn with a fortitude check, please. Oh wait, no, what am I thinking? Well, I'm stupid. Oh my God, you're sickened. The minute the liquid touches your lips, you immediately throw it up. Yeah, sickened. You can't consume anything when you're sickened. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, so you go to try to take a swig just to prove to the man or whatever you were trying to do, be nice, I guess. And you just and you spray it all over the bar and at the bartender itself. And he jumps back. What the fuck? Um, well, three actions. You have three actions. Correct, yes. So you could throw up again in order to remove the sickness. I would need a fortitude check. Nice. So you feeling like you already sprayed chunks. What's another bit of chunks being sprayed just to try to get all the rest of the shit out? You well, I guess let me let you decide. Where are you throwing up? No. You have two mugs in front of you. So you go ahead and throw up in the empty mug. It proves too much for the single mug. You reach to grab the other mug, but give me a reflex save real quick. Just a no. I said there were two empty mugs near you. Correct, but go ahead and yeah, you're currently not sickened. Okay, so you throw up in the first one. You're like, oh shit, got to get like the second one. But as like you're trying to get to the next one, the rest just comes out and sprays against the mug, and you're like, ah, fuck. Two actions left. The bartender is livid. I would say roughly about 15 to 20. What the hell is that noise? Is that the Fred? Is that Fred boat? Oh, it was Fred boat. Weird. All right. He was trying to speak from beyond. Okay, okay. I was gonna say yes. Make an impression with diplomacy. Okay, so you look at the bartender, and he's definitely no longer hostile towards you, but you can tell he is pretty fucking grumpy about it all. Like just in general, like everything that's occurring inside of his bar because of the actions of two outsiders. But he doesn't look like he wants to kill you. So actually, the same. They're still unfortunately throwing punches, but less seem to be trying to dock you from behind the head. This just seems to be general outrage that these civilians have had about each other as well as you two. That is just seemingly coming out. So while they're no longer necessarily hostile towards you, you are they're still very unfriendly towards you. Towards you specifically. I said towards and yes, Ryan, towards you and you alone are they no longer hostile towards. Like, oh, Ryan. So he doesn't lift a finger for you. Um, but there's obviously about 30 bottles just chilling right in front between you and him that you could by all means like reach in and grab, assumingly, and it goes down perfectly deliciously. Um, so we still got about three people close enough to really do anything to Thomas still. First one's gonna take. Oh Jesus! Critical failure on him. So let's roll a d8 and find out just what happens to him. That's a two. Let's see. Just try to make this quick. Okay. Oh, Peter, where the fuck? Jeez, how far up do I have to go for the critical decks? I mean, I got a two. I just need a critical deck. Crit fail. Unarmed. They're all unarmed. Okay, that is assuming, Thomas, did you want to even grab the hand of the man who's trying to punch you? Well, yeah, there's three people who are next to you. Not the same three individuals or four individuals that were in the way of the door, but being that you moved closer to the bar, there's still a couple of people swinging hands, and some of them are swinging at you. This one's particular. All right, so you don't grab his arm, that's fine. Well, he got an attack, so you just got a standard failure. The second one is going to swing at another patron nearby, critically hit him, and knock his ass out completely unconscious, and that's it. Top of the town, top of the town, top of the turn. um, top of the turn, top of the round for you, Thomas. What? Well, what? Get out of my bar, you fuck! Duven Kroon. It looks at you as well, Ryan. Thanks for the tip. Now get the fuck out. Yes. Yes, you guys did. Your terrible performances did. No, no, you were just knocking into people. His knocked a barmaid over. Right, but I just, yeah, no, yeah, because what would Steve do? No, I am throwing you out. Unfortunately, that was not enough considering the circumstances. I was actually only going to accept a critical success of 28. Because the normal DC was 18, but because of the circumstances in this bar. No, he is still unfriendly to you. He still wants to kick you out. Out! So you guys, oh, sorry, continue. Not at all, but it was beautiful. You you were able to, luckily, because of everybody being a drunkard, I will accept that performance check as a tumble through of what you were needing to get through the person that was in the way between the bar and the door. Um, because technically there were still hostile people on the ground. Um, even if they weren't hostile towards you, but you were able to dodge through them just fine. You are outside. I wanted to mention real quick, because Elden Ring is just all on my mind right now. Um, you guys haven't found this enemy yet, but there is an enemy in a spot. Well, a collection of enemies. It's an enemy type that does a cartwheel with the curved sword, and it looks so ridiculous, but so beautiful at the same time that that's almost exactly what I'd like to imagine that you, the elf, are doing. A perfect cartwheel out. Right, with the beer instead of the sword, you are cartwheeling out. I would need a society check or perception. You look up and down the really only road through the town, and noticing that there's only probably maybe five big enough standing buildings that could even house said tavern, the rest being just your typical little homes. There isn't another tavern. That was pretty much the only in town. It is still your shift, Steve. Better than James matching your tracks on Mercy, Thomas. You see this man just fucking. You're like you kind of even like almost try to like knock him out of rhythm with your claps, but this dude just got the hips that just can't be beat to your claps, and those hips just thrust. Exactly. I mean, no. Unfortunately, those that are still in the tavern are still brawling. The couple of people that have ran out do see you, but they're like they're still very unfriendly towards you. That they just don't care how good of a dancer you are. They want you dead without them having to do it. And he does. The bird's been asleep this whole time. Steve was about 3 hours and 30 minutes. Okay. Ryan, while you're still up, see, nope. I'll do three total. Nope. Oh, you're lucky. All right. So while you're watching, about a half hour passes, and you can only assume the town guard were called, and they definitely broke up the fight that was inside the tavern from where you're standing. And the guards start walking the streets trying to find you guys, but they're not getting too out of town to even see you too well. And luckily, nothing happens. But your shift is over. So you stare Worf awake. so so the sun has clearly risen since it was about a total of 12 hours of sleep. It's probably about 10, 11 in the morning now. And you guys have to get going if you even want to make it the rest of the way to Hyde Summit. Um, Brian, you are currently fatigued one until you can sleep a full night's rest. Just as an FYI. Oh, the trip is an easy 10 hours to Hyde Summit, so yeah, you can sleep in the caravan for the rest of the trip. Um, Ryan, Peter, what are you doing? You just going to your usual perch? Yeah, how do I sleep, guys? Do I sleep really well too? No, you were too far from the. Uh, yeah. So you guys are what? Nature check, please. A nature check to control the horses, a survival check to make sure you get on the right path. Okay. Don't worry about the survival at all right now. Well, too bad, because you got an 8 or a 9. Okay, so you critically failed the nature check. So, Marak, I need a reflex check from you. Yes. You. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That was a us thing too. Yes. Okay, please, by all means, yes. Use it or lose it, guys. Yes, you can keep your hero points, assuming. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. No, you're fine. Yes, everybody gets one hero point. Use it or lose it. Anyways. All right, go ahead and roll it. Your nature. Are you serious? So, go ahead, roll a reflex. Yes. Oh, a 30. Okay. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, critically. Thomas, you hit both butts, and the horses, for whatever reason, take off in opposite directions. The horse on the left, no, sorry, the horse on the right is the one that stays attached to the wagon, and just jerks it that way. The horse on the left falls over and gets dragged a couple of feet before the war can just comes crashing to a halt, tipping over. Ryan, now I need a reflex check from you. Okay. So as you're at Steve, as you're kind of like nestling in, just ready to sleep away the day for a little while, suddenly you hear "Kya!" and everything just goes out of whack, and suddenly you're jerked around, and the whole wagon just tips over and lands on its side, but you're able to catch yourself before doing any damage to yourself. Um, both horses are unfortunately pretty well injured, but it looks like they will live to see another day. You don't have to shoot them, they didn't break legs. But this was well before. You didn't get a single ounce of sleep. This is just taking off. I would assume so, yeah. I mean, I keep playing it the way you are. I'm loving it. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh no, you guys need to fucking pick the wagon up first. He's 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 there in spirit. Yes. Yes, athletics. So the problem is that you critically failed in aiding him to the point that instead of picking up the caravan, you try to pick Worf up, causing him to stumble a little bit as he's picking it up. But luckily, he and Steve got well enough past the success that they're able to like lift it up while you're just squeezing Worf's butt cheeks doing it. Give me an athletics, Thomas. 16. What's your fortitude, Peter? Oh, okay. So he's able to flex you just enough off of it. Wow, those are some strong butt cheeks. He's got some mighty fine glutes. Oh my God. Yes, you guys got the wagon back up. Yes, it's all ready. You guys were able to pick up the horses and Worf, give me a nature check, please. Nice, good enough. So as Maroc is trying to grab the reins from you, you're like, yeah, and you slap their booties perfectly, and they're luckily able to take off. Ah, but now you have to steer it. Which way do you go? Only your survival check will know. Okay. Nope, you're perfectly good. So you steer the horses into the right direction, and you guys kind of get going. And um, about 5 hours, so it's about 10 hours from Duvenkroon to Hyde Summit. And about 5 hours into it, I shouldn't have shown this screen. I should be showing this screen so you guys kind of have an idea. Or not 5 hours. Holy crap. Well, technically it'd be about 5 hours. The first 2 hours are still pretty warm. Um, but once you guys start to get into the snowy fields, it starts to get pretty cold. Um, in fact, it's very cold. It's probably about 0 degrees Fahrenheit outside. I was gonna say intuition would tell you it's probably time to put on those winter clothes. Luckily, Steve's nice and nestled inside the warmth of the caravan. Uh, Luckily, his body heat resonates throughout the wooden shack enough that it keeps him nice and cozy. Maroc, are you putting on your work? Okay. But about 3 hours through there, you guys just get caught in a terrible, terrible blizzard. And it's just so frigid and cold that uh, despite all that you're doing to try to keep yourselves warm, assuming assume you guys are at full health at this point. You guys have rested at least 3 nights um, between the last time you taken any damage. You guys have rested 3 nights now, and you've leveled up. So we're going to assume you're at full health. It doesn't matter because Peter, you're going to take 4 points of cold damage, and Thomas, you're going to take 1 point of cold damage. As you guys, you're in, no, you're in severe cold, 1D, or, yeah, sorry, extreme cold. Yes, you're in extreme cold. Because you're wearing winter clothes, it acts as severe cold, which is 1d6 damage per hour. Yeah, it is now an easy 30 below with the wind chill carrying it upwards of 60 below. It is very, very cold and very snowy. The horses, luckily, he's good. Steve is okay for the time being. I mean, you could do that now if you would like to. Probably, yes. I'm assuming you're a sly elf. So, can I get an acrobatics? Yeah. Let's see how gentle you are. You're not gentle at all. All right. Ryan, what is your perception? +5. Okay, so -4, so 11. Okay, you're fine. Maroc, you go ahead and you grab his winter clothes and you kind of try to like tuck him in, but like your fingers have claws, right? Or are they just regular fingers? No claws. Okay, but either way, you're like still being pretty harassing as you're trying to like tuck him in and do it, and you're like, be gentle, be gentle. Ah, god damn it, as you're trying to like button him up. But luckily, Steve is just off in his wildest of dreams, and he does not awake. Okay. So another hour passes, and you guys are just fighting that bitter cold. Peter, you're going to take 2 more points of cold damage, while Thomas, you're going to take 4 points of cold damage. Just keep a track of that on like paper or whatever when it may or may not become relevant here. Definitely won't be relevant tonight, but for the next session. Um, but the last thing I will leave before we call it a night. Yes, sorry. Roughly the P. So heavy snow requires civil checks. Nature. Okay. So Thomas, I will need another as the sorry, I should say as the snow picks up, it starts to become almost impossible to see which direction you may be going. You're trying to steer the horses in the right way, but even you can barely tell which way is the right way. Please, can I have one more survival check from you, Thomas, to make sure you guys don't get lost in the blizzard? Yes. Yeah. Yep. Nope. I'm. Don't worry. So Peter, you watch as Thomas is just trying to fight and get through the snow, and you notice he's pulling the horses one way, and then he's pulling the horses another way, and he keeps doing that a couple of times, just changing directions. Not too wildly that it'd be noticeable, too noticeable, but enough that you're like, something's not right here. Go ahead and give me a survival check and see if you can help your buddy out. Um, you know that Worf is unfortunately lost. It doesn't seem to know which way to pull the reins. But you know the way to go. You know the way to go. I mean, technically, it would just be to head north. Did we lose Thomas? Oh, it just the lack of response was like, oh, okay, good night. Sludge. Don't worry. Yes. The Tengu knows which way to go. Nature. Yes, you need to roll nature for nature. So you hop down and you take the reins and you get them going. And sure enough, you're starting to climb peaks, and the grade is a good level 6, and it's just getting harder and harder. The horses are just becoming fatigued from the travel. Um, and suddenly, about one more hour in, of which Peter, you take 6 points of damage, and Thomas, you take 1 point of damage. Wow, the dice fucking hated you there, Peter. Sorry. Um, and you guys, as you're just climbing and climbing, the snow getting thicker and thicker, a loud crash, boom, and a giant roar of a beast of which voice you've never could have possibly heard before in your times. Just shakes the night. Well, technically day, but it looks like night because of how much snow there is. Um, and rattles you to the core. Give me a will save, the both of you. And then actually, before I do that, Ryan, what was your perception again? Oh, you're fast asleep. Yeah, you don't fucking hear a thing. Wilson. Okay. 12. Yeah. So that roar and the loud crash and boom as snow starts piling up and starts rolling down the mountain has you gripped to your bones, Tommy. You are currently frightened one at the moment, um, which again won't matter too much. It's just more for flavor. But Peter, give me a perception check since you are the one with the reins. Actually, and Thomas too, because you would be hopefully looking out for your friend. Perception, please. Okay, nice. Both of you notice that after that loud crash and boom and giant roar that that rent the night, um, you notice a small avalanche starts to pour down the mountain in your direction. I need a nature check to steer the horses away from getting you guys buried deep under the snow. 3 hours. Oh, I know. You are going to be fatigued before you get out of here. Don't worry. I have it in my notes that you will all be fatigued, except for Ryan. Nature. Did you? Oh yeah, you did. Okay. I was gonna say, wait, didn't you use it? Yes, you can use your hero point. Yeah, that's a fail. Um, sorry guys. Let's end the night right. Am I right? So you guys get the avalanche just pouring down, this snow rolling down the mountain, just coming at you at fast speeds. First, the powdery stuff starts to pick up and starts to slowly bury you guys as the big stuff really starts to hammer down. You try to steer the horse in the right direction, but you just can't quite manage it as the big stuff finally makes its way right at you guys. Um, I need a reflex from you two. Ryan, I need first a perception, and then we'll let you know what you get to do. But a reflex from Mirak and Thomas. Nice. Nice. 27 for both of you. Perfect. Ryan, you get stirred awake as you notice that the caravan is getting shaky as the whole ground and world is shaking around you. And you stir awake, and the two of them, the two other ones, are just abandoning ship, hopefully screaming. But you know that you're like, what? It has been 5 full hours, but you have slept for 4 hours. So you are technically no longer fatigued. But incorrect. You need a total of 8 hours. Those 8 hours can be interrupted, which they were. Well, you need a reflex. You jumped. You jumped. We'll get to that in a moment. Don't worry. I got the scene set up for you, Tom, Peter. There's nothing you could do. You have to jump. 18. 18, Ryan? 18. Okay. So as the avalanche, the powdery stuff just comes a slamming down on the three of you. The caravan, unfortunately, just gets ripped to shreds, and everything and anything that was inside of that caravan has been gone. The horses, unfortunately, failing their, well, really couldn't really do much of anything at all, took the full force of the avalanche as they become crushed under the weight of snow, likely lost and dead, buried underneath the piles and piles, feet and feet of snow. The three of you will take 6 plus 5, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 more points of damage, of bludgeoning damage of the snow just pounding in your face. But luckily, your three successes in reflex allowed you to keep on top of the snow for the most part, able to dig your way out of it. And now you have not but you and the trek, which now is unfortunately about another 3 hours instead of one to your destination. Your caravan lost, buried in all that snow. Shut up, Ryan. So we are going to. I am sorry about. I'm not sorry. It is obliterated. No, it's buried under that snow. It is. I mean, we're talking probably. I mean, what is a small avalanche? I mean, at least 20, 30 feet of snow, maybe more. You did not were not wearing them. So no, they are definitely lost, buried in that snow. Yeah. He's in extreme cold. You two are in severe cold with your winter clothes on. He is in extreme cold. Extreme Yep. You have 19 total. Oh yeah, you only have 19 total points. Or I mean, because of the avalanche. That is going to be something we'll have to get back to by the next session in 4 weeks. Every 10 minutes you are stuck out in this cold, yes, sir. You have roughly, at the speed you can travel, about 3 hours of walking. Unfortunately, you are in difficult terrain, so your speed is pretty much negated, even if it would take you 2 hours and 40 minutes of full sprint. But point being, yes, it is going to take you at least 2.5 hours, Ryan. I don't either. I guess we'll have to find out in the next session. Yes. Now I don't worry. I've been adding it all up the whole time for you guys. So unfortunately, Peter, you no, I'll be fair. Even though you didn't do any performing at the night, I'll still just to make it simple and easy for everybody. No, actually, fuck that. No, I'm sorry, Peter. You fell asleep. Why would I treat you to any special event? Um, so for Ryan and Thomas, you guys got a total of 280 experience points. Peter, you got a total of 200 experience points. Nice. You'd probably be in. So it was 11 o'clock. You traveled 5 hours. So yeah, it'd be about 4 o'clock, mid to late afternoon. 280 for you and Ryan. Oh yeah, that would have been why. Yep. uh, enlist the help of burrowing friends. Oh yeah. Uh, I I've been wanting to throw a small avalanche at you guys. Just be glad you all three succeeded the 18 DC reflex, because otherwise it would have been 10 D6 bludgeoning damage. An average of 60 health points smacked you in the face. Or sorry, yeah, an average of 30, maximum of 60. I'm sorry. Thank you. It's not bad. There's more Elden Ring to play. I might for a little while. Go to sleep, Thomas. I can already tell you need to sleep. Poor. Yeah, I feel it. Well, either way, hope you had fun. Thank you for playing. Oh, I don't even think did we didn't even use one battle map, so I'm totally okay. No, we had a battle. What are you talking about, Peter? You just weren't there for it. All right, have a good night, guys. Thank you. We'll see ya. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Sorry, well, I guess you weren't